So the new Black Ops game is coming out and it's bigger than ever, and it ties two different games. First one is Cold War and the other one is, we'll talk about that later. So Black Ops 6 offers some new innovations which Treyarch and Raven had worked hard for, especially with some of the staff which worked for over 20 years of Call of Duty. They promised something big. So as for the story, so US government stations have been attacked in the US by some rogue companies or armies. That's just an intro about the plot, more about it later. Now you can move like an action hero, just like when Max Payne do the jump. No exo needed, no anything needed, just a brand new movement, Omni movement, which will just differentiate casual players to hardcore players. The run-based zombies is back, and as they say, it's better than ever, which we shall see. And as for the campaign, the devs are going for the missions which will stick to your mind long after you finish them, just like what Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and Cold War did, and they succeeded. And the game promised to let us finish the missions in different order or in a dynamic play, loud or quiet, or different options in each mission which will differentiate from each playthrough, which is a huge thing for Call of Duty. Okay, so the events take place at the 90s with the Gulf War and the crumbling of the Soviet Union after the Berlin Wall demolished and the end of the Cold War. So the US will be the only superpower left, and we can see the effect of these things in the radio or in the television. The game will also feature some huge figures like Mr. Mass Destruction Weapon and everyone's favorite daddy, and I did not sleep with her. Also, there's a very quick video of a moving doll. I don't know, man. So I mentioned that the game takes place in the 90s after the events of Cold War, but it also connected to the flashback of Black Ops 2. So we can expect to see Woods. Now actually we will see Woods and a different side of him back on the radio because due to his injury in Black Ops 2, and he will take big effect on the story. Maybe not gameplay wise, but a big effect nevertheless. Plus his protege Marshall. Not that one. Marshall is building a brand new name in the fields. And plus we have CIA handler, which is Jane. But when an operation is suspended, Woods and Marshall will be forced to go rogue. So they will create a team or a small team, which include Felix Newman, a technical genius, and Safari Dimas, which is a mysterious assassin. And we can see Russell Adler, who's gone missing for months, but unfortunately this former ally may have become an enemy. And plus the campaign missions will be offering a huge variety, which each mission can be tackled in a different way, and the replay value will be huge, trust me, because you can manipulate the enemies and talk to them, which will offer new opportunities. So that's very nice. And enemies will be a lot smarter. They will cut your escape route and they will try to maneuver you and a lot of things. Huge improvement upon the stupidness we saw in MWII. And they said they have many types of enemies like the minigun guy or the shotgun guy or the sniper, and a lot more. So one mission I think is an open combat mission which will try to destroy missiles in Iraq in a huge desert, and as Treyarch said, it will be the largest mission they ever tackled. We expect to see missions in a casino, or we can expect to see missions in the northern tundra of Russia, and we can see the equipment we all love and cherish in Black Ops game like the Tomahawk, Disruptor, Wiretrap, RCXT. And we will see the turn of the safe house from Cold War. The evidence world will be the center of attention, but with a lot of new upgrades, and the safe house will also be more interesting because it's used to be a Soviet Union place which was operational in the 50s and the 60s. So we'll see a lot of more details, and it will be on a glyph, so that would be more interesting than the safe house of Cold War. You're probably wondering, how is the Omni movement? So as I said, you can Max Payne jump in this game, and you can do it backward, and plus you can just run in any direction you want. It's just, you can run backwards or to the left or to the right, which was really cool actually. And while you go prone, you can do the 360 move just like in Rainbow Six Siege, so you can look backward while you keep running in the same direction. Wow. As Treyarch said, once you experience Omni movement, it's hard to go back. And as I say, once you go black, it's hard to go back. I'm sorry. And the Omni movement will be accessible across single player, multiplayer, and zombies, which was pretty cool. And you have also the intelligent movement. I think in Fortnite it did appear, which players can just toggle on or off, like the jumping movement and the slide movement. So you can do just what you want, and you can disable what you don't want. The regional hit, which in the recent games we used to be only 4, which is the head, torso, right lower body, left lower body. In Black Ops 6 it would be 9. Head, right chest, lower torso, hip, left arm, left leg, right leg. Nice! They didn't mention whether you'll get a higher damage or lower based on the region hit, but they did say that each region will have a different animation of death. Dolphin dive makes its return, plus the leaning is back, but in this time it will be dynamic, so the game will just somehow calculate how you're moving, and it just would rotate the weapon against the wall or against the door based on what you're doing. It isn't very clear what they're trying to do here, but that's just what they said. And they said the attention to detail will be great. You can see the oil on the body or the dark skin or the dirt around the nails. So yeah, and the attachment and the guns will just fit on the era that you're set in. Listen to that, Vanguard.
What the fuck did I do?
And this is probably the most important question. How will the HUD be? Well, they said it would be no different from anything in Black Ops 6. You can display or don't display what you need. So you can move the HUD to the right or to the left or to the center, and that's very important, especially if you're a streamer or just a normal YouTube guy. So that would be very useful actually. How's the progression system? Well, it would be just great because everything will be in day one. So you'll have 10 different prestiges with a lot of different words, and after you reach level 10, you think that's enough? Well, no, because then you'll have just 1,000 level to go through, and with each different reward. So it's fair to say that the old system is back plus more. That would be great. And they didn't say much about the multiplayer because they said it would be just later in the year they will reveal more. The game have a 3 core playstyles, which will be the enforcers who are the slayer, who would love to kill and keep on the move, recon, which will just collect intelligence and counter intel play, and strategist, who will just play on the objective, which will be focused on destroying enemy score tree. All of the guns and the equipment will be designed to fit these playstyles, which I'm a little afraid of. And as it has been quoted, it isn't a Black Ops game without reliving these events in the theater mode. And as for the maps, we have 12 core multiplayer maps, and we have 4 strike maps, which can be played as 2v2 or 6v6. And the multiplayer will take place after the campaign, so you don't want to just play the multiplayer straight away. No. Round-based zombies is back, and the game will continue right after when it left, the Dark Ether story. And we have 2 brand new maps on launch. They promised brand new weapons and tons of secrets to uncover. They didn't say much about the zombies, but they promised to show us more late this year. Pre-order is now online. You can pre-order Black Ops 6, and it's worth mentioning that the game will be day 1 release on Game Pass, so it will be free. They promised much, and am I excited? Hell yeah. And do I think the game will be good? Well, I don't know. It's always tricky with these Call of Duty games, but I'm always looking forward into any Treyarch release. They are the GOATs. So that's it about the video. It's hard to uncover everything, but I did cover what I think it's important, and almost everything. I have made a video about each and every Call of Duty game, so if you like to watch that, just check out my channel. And I'm a small channel, so I appreciate the support. This has been Call of Duty Direct Explained, and see you.
Outgunned, outnumbered, out of our minds on a suicide mission. But the sand and rocks here, stained with thousands of years of warfare, they will remember us for this.